This is Weird Renegade Witches blog. Hit us up when you want some real motherfucking work done. Of course, go to the Weird Renegade website. Listen to past shows of Blogtalkradio. Yes, people have been asking me when I'm going to bring it back. I just have to have more time. And I have many things to talk about on Blogtalkradio. In addition to, lessons will start again this month. That's the one-on-one monthly lessons, which is different from the weekly lessons, one-on-one that I do weekly with people, which also incorporates spell work. And understand spell work is separate from the one-on-one weekly energies when I work with people. But you already know that I say art is occultism. Occultism is an art. And Wayward is about that revenge, redemption, and responsibility. I was thinking about the universal soul, and I said, what am I stuck in? Am I stuck in the Nicole Kidman movie called The Others? Am I really dead? What's happening here? What state of mind are we in? Remember in the movie Others, she was up there trying to fight entities, and she is the entity all along. Remember that? You guys been getting distracted. And there's a lot of energies that's been going on that we should have questions about. We have federal agents, law enforcement getting caught up in pimping and pandering, trafficking drugs, trafficking people, trafficking children. You guys, C-SPAN having press conferences about the investigation, and we don't know when this happened, but the investigation of the Bidens. And they're insinuating the Bidens can't afford shit. They broke back mountain. They have all these homes and properties, but on a congressional and Senate salary, this is above their pay grade. And the person was saying that nobody's investigating, nobody's talking about it. This is allegedly on C-SPAN. He's talking about how they altered the law so Hunter Biden, so he doesn't go to jail. Meanwhile, they're saying he's making overseas deals, overseas interests, corruption, money laundering, and influencing. And we still believe that's Biden up in there. They literally keep putting all of these rituals in front of us. And we recently heard about this director guy, and they're giving us all of these numbers. 33. What's his name? Michael Lacklock or whatever. A homeless woman came in and shot him. Come on now. You have the anchor people throwing Mason signs up. Upside down triangle. 630 News. You have people who are militia people who are trying to sell surplus items from a military surplus shop, accidentally receive military rifles and shit. And people believe that that's what the United States is doing, sending these type of guns to certain individuals, and they got it by mistake, and the feds came in, got a warrant to seize everything. We have prisons inhumane, people living in inhumane conditions. They keep talking about the Mississippi prison that got mold and mildew, no running water and more, all that shit going on, but you just get motherfuckers say they don't get yourself in trouble. But people are still human. What's his name? Michael B. Jordan. He didn't got into a car wreck. But just a minute ago, remember when Angela Bassett was when her son said he died? But he gets into a horrible wreck? Most recently? A really bad crash that totaled his car? They have a frequency out here called shadow slavery that some of you millennials and Gen Zs having issues about, because white people out here having auctions to buy old slavery shit. Then you need to go to some of them estate sales and you'll see some shit. You need to go to some of them antique stores and you will see some shit that they have up in their house. That's their altar. You have New Balance who did a pop-up with their Voodoo shoes. They cute though. 440s. In the box is basically it's Haitian magic. They got the Voodoo doll, they got Baron candle, and they had that Laveau, because anytime you say that Laveau or whatever, you know it's connected to white folks. They had an altar set up that looked like antebellum Victorian. Very white. They had white people doing tarot readings and palm readings, and niggas was up there letting them do readings. You understand, palm reading is a very serious energy pull, because in the middle of your palm, that's your eye, that's your mouth. And when you're letting people read and touch, you're letting them steal your life force, especially when you let them touch the lines in your hands. That's why reflexology of the hands and feet is very important, because you can also do readings underneath your feet. And y'all love them tarots because you only want to know what's for the meantime, but you don't want to know what's for the real time. Y'all so stuck on this whole energy with Puff Daddy that you don't know the difference between pimping, hoeing, escorting, grooming, and trafficking and muling. Everything is trafficking and everything is grooming. Y'all up here then got bamboozled because Kimora Lee Simmons, or Kimora, then had her house burned down. And anything connected to Puff Daddy, he didn't did it. Because pretty soon that's what they're going to say, because she didn't reveal some shit. So he's just a sacrifice. That's a broke bitch. Her ex-baby daddy ran off the valley, sold all his shit. Isn't it very interesting when David Banner and then was up in Bali, then all this shit started happening and rolling out? Remember about some months ago? But we forgot that Kimora Lee is in trouble for scamming. Just stop trying to tell me about that insurance policy. Because black people are doing that. They're burning their shit down. They're fucking up the whole insurance game. They're making problems. You got Sheila. No. You have that Valez, whatever her name is, out the blue, harassing Aaron Hall, old ass, and Luke. I remember her from back in the day. She was in all them videos, and you niggas talk about she was trafficked, she was groomed. No, she was hot to trot. And we need to stop fucking playing. Acting like every time somebody, oh, he was messing with a 16-year-old girl. These girls were hot to trot. They're fucking around. How many times my friends and them snuck in somewhere being underage? Let's keep it real, keep it right. I don't want to hear shit. I was fucking around. You got Orlando Brown being asked about Young Thug. That nigga turned around and said he's Steve Urkel and Sammy Davis Jr. I said, oh, what the fuck? My son, he said, Mom, maybe there is something going on with Jaleel White. And he's dropping lugs saying he's somewhere, he's in jail somewhere, he's incarcerated, something. He's saying something. We laugh, but there's something underneath it as you're being distracted, right? We so distracted. We're over here looking at Beyonce and her Renaissance opening in this tight-ass, silver-ass shit that we don't know if that's an AI. We don't know what that shit is. We don't know if that's a Photoshop. We don't know nothing. But when you go back 25 fucking years ago plus and you look at the real Destiny Child and all their features, who in the fuck is this? Who are they? But my question is this. How is it in September in Los Angeles she announced her pregnancy? On social media, she says she's pregnant and it shows her belly. They've been talking about baby number 4. How the fuck did she fit in that dress? Where's her belly at? Who wears a dress like that if they're pregnant? Didn't I say we're living in the energies of the others? Did we forget she was pregnant? People are in their heart because they feel she's a bad mother. Because when Blue Ivy said she was cold, she didn't stand there holding her daughter. Maybe because she doesn't raise her. She told the real mother to get her a coat while she go off and do what she do. And how long is Blue Ivy going to be 11 years old? She's been 11 for a minute. Y'all got distracted by T.I. and his son. I don't have time for those acting skills and T.I. and what the fuck is going on. T.I. need to stop aggravating that child with special needs and behavioral problems. Are we going to sit up here and look at that little boy and can't tell he's special, allegedly? Are we going to sit up here and not question, is he even T.I.'s? Whose kid is he raising? We still wondering what happened with his daughter in that Twitter shit that she tweeted and said that he was coming in the morning giving her orange juice with some herbs in it. Where's she at? That all of a sudden got mental illness. Pretty girl. You see how he favors his 2 sons, some other ones. But we're going to sit up here and act like that king don't have Asperger's syndrome. We're going to act like he does not have that ADHD. We're going to sit up here and act like he does not have intellectual disabilities and have a form of hypersexuality. They aggravate him and set him off. We don't know what's on top of him. That boy always at somebody's Waffle House. So what code is a Waffle House? Why is he always harassing the people at the Waffle House? Don't get it fucked up. These era of Gen Zs are off the hinges, and they got a smart mouth, because I got two. And they forget it. I'm a ooh-wee mom. I don't believe in gentle parenting. I remember when my son tried to test his father in that same energy. And my kid's father had to show him I'm a ooh-wee dad and choke him. I don't condone violence. But sometimes you got to ooh-wee these kids. But I don't believe King is one of them. He's special. And if you heard T.I., the way he was talking to him, that's the way you speak to kids who are special. Are we going to sit up here and act like Drake's son is not interesting? Some of you fools out here, he's so intellectually smart. You know, he sound like there's some other shit popping off. I wish these entertainers would stop flaunting their kids. I'm tired of looking at them. I got my own to think about. I'm tired of Tiana Taylor, whatever, with her badass daughter. That little girl bad as fuck. Badass little girl. Black people didn't flaunt their badass kids out. We just heard about them when they got older. I don't want to see your fucking kid on stage. I don't want to hear about Blue Ivy. She was all in her feelings because people said her ass couldn't dance. Then don't get your ass on stage. That's part of life. I don't want to hear about T.I. and Tiny are bad parents because King did A, B, C, and D. These kids off the hinges, but what you going to do with a child who has Asperger's syndrome? I don't want to hear shit from you autism fans. Well, my son, look, everybody act differently. I've seen that. That little boy is impulsive. That's why I say he's always at the Waffle House. What the fuck is at the Waffle House? What kind of bewitchery is that? What kind of rituals is this? Just rituals left and right. Why are we letting people inside of our household and entertainers? You're being distracted by Jaguar Wright. Now she telling on every motherfucking body. And that's why I said before, I said she's really invested in this. Could she be invested in her career? Who got her tied up in a dungeon? What deal did she make to get out of jail? How come we not peeping she was working with Nature Boy and all of them? How are we not tripping that she's part of the cult? Now she over here talking about Patti LaBelle. Because Patti LaBelle done got her ass all involved in the cult. Have you seen pictures of Patti LaBelle fingers? How they very interesting. How they're very crooked, very alien-y. Have you been noticing first Patti LaBelle is kind of small, then she's big? This is what you guys are distracted with. At this point, I don't give a fuck what the fuck Puff Daddy done did. We're too invested. How come we not peeping HIV is the new pox in the blanket? Why are people so invested in the downfall of Black people? Why is there so much revenge and redemption on Black people? Why are we so focused on? They had all these robberies going using Black people, knowing they were hired robberies. And then you get dumbass motherfuckers talking about, oh, look at the niggas, look at this. No, they were hired. You got Mexicans in San Francisco chopping up London Breed, saying in so many words she knows exactly what's going on and that she is behind the robberies, allegedly. When Gucci, all them stores got robbed and moved out of San Francisco, they up there saying London Breed knows exactly what the fuck is going on. And they, matter of fact, shit, they need to go to her house because she probably got some of them Gucci pieces up in her fucking house. Where are they going? How do you steal all that stuff, but you don't sell it out in the street somewhere? Shit, I've been looking. Where's it at? It's more than just an insurance policy frequency. What type of energy are they doing that they shutting shit down? The fashion industry whack as fuck. They're restructuring their designers. Most of their designs are urban wear now. It's like the white people threw their scraps and said, now take it, because we don't want it. They have socialized, subcultured lies, religion, Black people culture. They took it, and now it's theirs. You can't even be Black anymore. You are a religion. You Black? You know, you're a religion. You got Asians and Mexicans out here stomping their feet in fraternities and sororities. You got niggas out here talking about what the Greeks were white. No, they were Black before they were infiltrated. They created the Alpha and the Omega. You're not Black anymore. You're a fucking religion. You have hater ass people out here who don't want you to have wealth, prosperity, income. They're purposely sabotaging, blocking ways. Every time Black people did this, Black people did that, Black people ain't shit. Black. Africa, 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 Africa. And you're not even seeing that they're hating on you. I've been around other cultures of people, especially Asian people. They don't want you to get too far. They don't want you to have too much. They're malicious and have malice. Indians hate you. But you practice their culture. You practice everything that they are. And they hate you. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. And this and that. You have Middle Easterns trying to sue the record company saying Black people stole from them and reappropriated from them. But we the one that taught them music, gave them culture. Indians too. They're saying nothing was ours because we appropriated shit. We didn't create nothing because we stole from them. You got Asians around here lying, talking about DNA. You got them changing history through AI. You got white people out here creating antebellum magic and altars. They had to close down Hollywood and reset it. You was making too much money, nigga. They had to fuck up sports. You was making too much money, nigga. They had to fuck up the education source talking about affirmative action because you was making too much money, nigga. They had to even fuck up the drug game for you. Making too much money, nigga. We're going to ice you out of our neighborhoods and everything because you're making too much money, nigga. Only how you could get in, you're going to have to sell your soul and denounce all your niggerisms. Nigga, denounce your religion. We're going to create one for you. And you're going to follow it. And you're going to wear a lit gaze. Braiding is a religion. You have this woman in Texas named Isis who allegedly teach women how to braid. And that's why you see Erykah Badu with her shit. Then how, if it's a religion and if it's our culture, then how in the fuck are they governing and regulating? How does that happen? Somebody was telling me in Louisiana, I think I told you guys this, that a young lady came to school with her hair braided and they tried to send her home. Talking about who braided your hair. Then I was looking at Isis. She had on fucking Arula, Ifa. I was looking at Married to Medicine. I said, what's wrong with them? Why do y'all look malnourished and sickly and skinny? What the fuck is Sweet Tea? Why is Dr. G married to Sweet Tea? He's a psychologist. Or matter of fact, is he really a psychologist? I was looking at Toya. Toya lost a lot of weight that she lost her ass. I said, why is her butt flat? Is that Toya? They had a whole ritual on Married to Medicine. And Quad jumps out the fucking casket in white. Fucking around with some fucking Tauruses and Scorpios. Why is Dr. G and Sweet Tea in fucking Dubai? Why is all these connections in Dubai? Why was Phaedra in Dubai? Why is Cynthia and Nene Leakes in Dubai? Why is Cynthia on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? The fuck is going on here? Why in Las Vegas, from what I heard, there's a whole bunch of transsexuals that has taken over Las Vegas prostituting? Why are we really not looking at these lawsuits? Why are we not peeping? Maybe it's not trafficking. Maybe it's not sexual assault. Maybe it has something to do with HIV and AIDS. With the type of money being funneled, allegedly. And let's believe, most likely it was already paid. These people running around here with sexual frequencies. Somebody threw something out at me. If someone has HIV and they don't tell people they have HIV, and even if they're having sexual condoms, is that murder? Why are they telling kids in high school and elementary level to take PrEP? Why is PrEP part of the curriculum? As we're distracted. When Usher gave that payout, was it really herpes or was it HIV? Allegedly. I'm not saying what it is. I'm just asking questions. Cardi B allegedly suing Tasha K over that herpes statement. Was it really HIV? Allegedly. I'm just talking hypothetically. And I'm saying what it is, but what is it really? What is the real payout, this alleged payout Puff Daddy did? Does she have HIV? How come we never connected when people died of cancer? Could have been AIDS. How come is it so far-fetched for Aretha Franklin really died from AIDS? Allegedly. I'm not saying what it is. I'm just talking hypothetical. I'm not saying it's true. I'm saying hypothetical. You go back. This is why it's important to research the past, not for you to recreate your story tales, because most of you millennials and Gen Zs don't know what the fuck you're talking about unless you're an older millennial. However, when you go back and you look at the old Hugh Hefner and the Playboy Mansion and the Bunny House, you'll be surprised the entertainers that were there. When I seen Della Reese, I said, that's Della Reese at the Playboy Mansion. Studio 54 breeded out a whole bunch of AIDS. These people were in orgies and sexual frequencies. We were so caught up with pizza and pasta and adrenochrome. How come we just never connected that maybe Madonna and Ellen had AIDS? Hypothetically. Not saying it's true, but just didn't connect it. And they were taking medicines to suppress it. Y'all up there saying, well, how would a lesbian get it? Very easily. Especially if you sexual frequencies. How in the fuck did Eazy-E get it? Allegedly. And die so quickly. But Magic Johnson been living forever. Recently, Usher had his last show. Somebody I know was there and sat next to Jay-Z's mother and the wife. I'm going to understand more details later about the show. I can't tell you because I have to get my spirit gossip from my constituents. They show him trying to woo Mary J. Blige and she ducking. I said, why is she ducking? That's a Capricorn. But she know. Why are we not up here admitting Magic Johnson's son is inappropriate, especially in their family pics? What happened to YSB, Young Sisters and Brothers magazine? What happened to black people? Have you guys been looking at the old episodes of Video Soul, Rap City, and Midnight Love? What the fuck were we looking at? That shit was boring as fuck. What happened to Cheryl Martin that used to do the BET News? Why are they talking about Dominicans or discriminating against Black Americans? How does that happen? Meanwhile, you got Cardi B walking in Balenciaga representing black women. Meanwhile, Revenge and Redemption You have other cultures that keep talking about us black women. We're ugly, we're this, we're that, da 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 da. But they some hating ass bitches. Where in the fuck did all these Asians come from? Having babies by Negroes and white boys. Macaulay Culkin. Robert De Niro. Andre 3000. Puff Daddy. Where did they come from? What's his name? Howard whatever. What's his name? From, I forgot. The light-skinned dude. Y'all figure it out. He has one. Where the fuck they came from? Well, how they get into Hollywood? What type of ritual is that? How is it okay for other cultures of men to, now I'm going to say something. How is it okay for other cultures of men to say what our beauty is? I'm not saying we ain't fucking up. But that's revenge and redemption. That's a hater. You put out the worst. Who the fuck is this Erykah Badu? 25 years ago at the Soul Train Awards, who was that woman? Was that the real one? And then who is this one? Because she not acting right. She's not acting very Pisces. Trafficking. Have y'all heard the story of Marilyn Monroe's mother? That she was in a psych ward and she tried to escape? So they stole her child and then created Marilyn Monroe? Judy Garland's mother pimped her. Not trafficked her, pimped her. And said if she doesn't do it, she will break her arm, tie her up against the bed. Shirley Temple's mother pimped her. Usher's mother pimped him. Because we're going to stop blaming L.A. Reid and Puff Daddy and all the rest of these motherfuckers in these studios. Where are their parents? What's his name? From Wild 'N Out. Mariah Carey's husband, ex-husband. He was at Jamie Foxx's house. Where was his mother? Where was Usher's mother? Where was Orlando Brown's mom and father? Family? Why are we not holding them responsible? You niggas out here talking about people being accountable. Why aren't you holding their parents accountable? Brandy was only 16 when she was messing with Wanye. Well, where's her mama? Kimora was 16 when she was messing with Russell Simmons. Where's her mama and daddy? Aaliyah was with R. Kelly, where mother and father and brother. We're gonna stop playing. Yeah, here it is. Judy Garland talking about her mother. Her mother is a stage mother. She said her mother was mean. And her mother said, in so many words, if she didn't do what she was supposed to do, she said that she was going to wrap her around the bedpost and break your arm short. That's a cold game and that's a cold spell. I'm going to break your arm short. I'd like to know the real reason they killed Joan Rivers. Damn it. That woman had information. How come we didn't know Betty Ford was a man? How come we never peeped that Barbara Bush is a man? They out here talking about that these presidents' wives, or allegedly they were men. I was wondering why Barbara Bush looked like the Bush's brothers. Allegedly. I said, she sure looked like Senior Bush. She a brother? Why they out here talking about the Jackie Onassis son? The conspiracy theories. They such haters. They keep coming out with how R&B or whatever sampled off different people. But they never talk about how much other people sampled and stole and kidnapped and murdered off of us. My kids keep talking about this energy. What's his name? That white boy called himself B something. And he went to Africa and created all this water funnels and all this shit. And my question to them is, but what happened to the black people that he stole it from, though? The inventors. The many African people that died and had their inventions stolen. But we supposed to be congratulating this white boy who brought computers and mayhem? When are we going to realize that? And I'm going to repeat that the ones that we thought were African here are not really African, they're Indians. That little girl that they keep talking about, that was the richest black girl. No, she was an Indian. Why are we not understanding the opiates coming out of Asia is what drugged Africa? Why are we not peeping that opium was here in America and all them forefathers were drug dealers and dope boys and runners? Why are we not tripping that during the supposed slavery that they were up there drugging the people? I'm going to say the people they're endangered. I hate to say slave. The Holocaust. They was feeding them opium. You poison people through food, right? I'm working on the energy right now, where somebody was putting a whole bunch of saltpeter in food. So what you think you can do with opium? You can even you can liquefy opium and have them drink it. You wonder how in the fuck they got people out of Africa into the Caribbean islands? Look at opium. You wondering how people were under command? Look at opium. How come you guys never connect opium into slavery? Y'all don't know how much the Asian culture was involved in slavery, right? With the gunpowder, guns, opium. We don't want to talk. Passport bros. His going is rolling around social media. This nigga all in his feelings because the Asian lady done sat up and called his ass fat and ugly. Now he all in his feelings and he's sitting down with her trying to talk culture. He ain't talking shit to no fucking culture. That's how they are. You don't know about them? They'll call your ass a fat ass in the moment. I remember I went to one trying to get some herbs to lose weight. And I said, so what's your recommendation for me? They told me stop eating. I said, You lose weight. Fuck around with them Asians. You get your feelings hurt. Passport bros. I thought you was finding that woman. It's not about finding your reflection of yourself or a better part of yourself. You want to control a woman. So you went over there like them white boys looking for something and got your feelings hurt. Latino people had to learn a lesson, especially Mexicans, because they see how they get in their food trucks and their carts kicked down and stolen. Because they want to regulate you. They want a regulated society. They want to regulate everything. That's why I keep saying go Indian underground. Create a new culture. If they want to be smart city, then let them be smart citied. That you always got to go under somebody. I'm talking in circles. I'm just talking about the various bewitcheries going on as we are distracted. We are distracted by this shit, but we're not realizing we are under attack. There are haters. We are haters in the midst. They're out here saying that black women have the highest rate of HIV. How? They said that in the 80s and 90s, we are the higher rate of AIDS. How? Then stop giving us tainted blankets. Stop telling these men to be bisexual and stop telling black women to go with bisexual men. But we are not the highest rate. You better test them white girls. You better test them Asians. And you better test some of them Latins. You better test them Indians. You'll learn. Trust me, you will learn. Because let's not get it fucked up. When you say black women have the highest rate of HIV, are you talking about trans men? Or are you talking about the biological woman? So now you have to make a difference. Because if they're out here creating these statistics, then what are the statistics? Didn't we just see that travesty of hell of Tasha K, that energy of villain? And she was fighting, or that man was trying to fight her, and she was telling him that he's a trans. And we're holding this up, and we think it's hee hee ha ha, and it's not funny. Because that's real shit. That whole man was trying to fight a woman and said that he is a woman. So how dangerous is that if you have a man that's saying, I'm a woman, I'm a trans man that have hands that can beat your fucking ass, and I'm going to fight you like a whole nigga. And she's making light of this shit. There's no light in this. And why did he become so angry? There's a whole song up here saying this trans song talking about you got boobs and something in between the legs. It's only niggas. So let's get it right. Maybe the reason why there's an increase of HIV is because they're merging trans men. And we need to stop fucking playing. They're not going to say it in the white culture, Asian culture, Latin culture, Indian culture, because I got to say them all. But in the black culture, the black men who are trans, they are really pushing that they're women. So therefore, if we talking about HIV in the black community, are you talking about trans men? Are you incorporating that? And is that what happened in the 80s and 90s? Were you incorporating trans men who may claim themselves as women as AIDS and HIV positive. Because, you know, apparently as black women, we look like dudes anyway. So, what it is, what it ain't. What it ain't, what it is, right? I was recently listening to a song by Fleetwood Mac. Came out in 1976. And it's called Will You Ever Win? And it's called Rhiannon, Rhian, and I think Nnon. And then I compared it to Rihanna. That's the same frequency. In this song, it says she's a witch. So then I said, is Rihanna even real? Is that her fucking name? Is she a product? Because now people are all talking about how it's coming out that was it that hospital was it Cedar Sinai is saying she didn't come in with bruises. I told you niggas that what it is, what it ain't. That whole story was a lie. Did you hear what they've been talking about? A$AP Rocky, that every time he make friends and some of his friends end up dead. They've been talking about that. What the fuck is going on the Real Housewives of Potomac with all them light-skinned women? What's up with them with Wendy? What's going on with that African, that other Igbo? Was it Nanika? Wherever. Why are they making a big deal about voodoo? Or magic or work? What the fuck is going on? Why did that woman who's supposed to be an attorney call Wendy a bitch? Have you been seeing how they've been having Wendy under spell work? They didn't pull her down to the ground. But why you have Igbos fighting against each other? That's wild. It's such a disrespect. And they need to get rid of pickleball. What's going on in Texas? Why did the Real Housewife of Potomac go to Texas? Are they trying to make it wrong to have a shrine, an altar? And when you talking about, I'm Catholic. Well, Catholics have shrines and altars. And so should black people. Somebody told me I should do a lesson on altars. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll do that for January. It depends. Or maybe I'll do it for this month. Because I think some of you guys need help with your altars. Because some of y'all don't know what to do because you're looking at all this dumb shit out here. I was under cyber magic this weekend. On December 2nd, I was under cyber magic. I got caught up with Fortnite with my son. I didn't know what I was walking into when I was looking at it. It was an event. He was in anticipation, and I was like, what's going on? It's an event, Fortnite. I said, what? He was looking at speed, and he was hyped. Then all of a sudden, they just started screaming. And it went into a black hole, into these phases and Lego. I'm like, what's happening? What's going on? It's an event. I couldn't get into it. This is my son. I couldn't get into it. It is a queue. Everybody's screaming. Everybody going crazy over Fortnite. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in the moment. I'm in the cyber. What's going on? I'm under this demon. Why is this demon pulling me into the black hole? Then the next day I said, why are you up at 4 o'clock in the morning? I'm in the season. The season of what? Fortnite. I said, then what was yesterday? The event. You peeping how they getting rid of a lot of these dialysis locations and how more people having kidney failure? My son finally got niggered. He was all trying to be cool with this white kid. And I told him about that white kid. And I told him, I said, that white kid ain't shit. He trying to punk you. He not cool. He didn't want to believe me. Till he went to school. And the white kid walked up on him and said, nigger. He said, what? Nigger. I said, what you gonna do with that? He had to do a little something. Because that white boy thought, again, he comes from a white black family. He thought my son was a white boy, black boy. He thought he was going to get away with that. Then I had to ask, what type of white boy is he? Is he a Vans, skateboard, military? What is he? Because we need to know how to deal with him. Again. Did y'all see that pastor? Question. Why are there not women allowed to preach the gospel in the pulpit in church? The pastor, and I don't know what church this is, ACU? He went into the word. The word is the word, right? He said, Timothy 1, chapter 2, scripture 12. That basically talks about the woman cannot lead a man. In some words, can't preach to a man and can't lead him. And she is to be silent. And when you read the whole context of that scripture, it's very interesting because this pastor said, this is the word, the Bible says it. No, the Bible is a book. It's a thing. It's not the Bible saying it, it's the man who wrote it. And some of you niggas getting stuck out here with Leopold. Stop getting stuck with this Leopold syndrome. I told you how you have to read this Bible. When he said it's the Bible, and that's the word, you read the context is the word of man, not the word of the Spirit, not the word of the Holy Ghost, and not the word of Christ. It is an entity quoting what he believed it to be. It said, I. Then it quotes the different frequencies. God is a man, God, Christ, man, and a man. But man is woman. It's above your pay grade. So you telling me a man that says I am man, I am, is going to tell a woman that she can't speak? That's a different type of work. That's spell work right there. And then you got men saying women are being belligerent behind this. No, I'm not under that word. Why should I be quiet in the word? Because men understand their context and word from women. It's feminine nature that creates the word, that creates the wisdom. Men don't create wisdom. We teach them the wisdom to stand on. So understand a lot of words that are written out here are written by woman, and woman is black. The black woman. Woman is the creator. The black woman. The black woman gives the word. The black woman. The Jezebel, the harlot. Sarah, Rebecca. Adam didn't come before Eve. If we want to be technical. A man can't birth a woman. You cannot pull a woman from a man's hip bone. A man is birthed through a woman's hip bone. Her pelvic hips. The fuck? You better know that. You better know the word. Stop getting intertwined in this bullshit. The fuck? How in the fuck can a woman be pulled from a man's bone? He can't birth. That's why y'all out here talk about, well, that's the first transsexual in the surgery. You absolutely right. They played y'all on that one. But the realities, no. You see how Lucifer was talking to y'all? You see how this God, Satan, was playing y'all all along? A man came out of a woman's hip. A woman carries a baby where? The fuck? So this is mute. A man can argue, a man can only follow the word and believe that they have spirit because they're reading the word. And they feel if they read the word and back it up what's in writing, then that's the word. But it's not the word because the word is spirit. And when you have discernment and understand the spirit, you know that Timothy 1, chapter 2, scripture 12 is on cap. That it is man who created the word. And man is afraid of woman. But woman is man. Because what can our clitoris turn into? Not only we can have a period, but other things can go on too. This is above your pay grade. And woman did not come from a man's hip bone. No, a woman did not come from a man's hip bone, but a man came from a woman. That's too difficult. That is why our community is fucked up. If you kill off the woman and you kill off the source of the woman and you kill off the wisdom of the woman, then your community will die. The black community is dead because the black woman is dead. The black woman is gone. Because she is the pillar of all. Not these fake ass bitches out here wearing African bombada scarves and hat and head wraps and all that. That does not make you mother. We forgot how to be mom. We forgot how to give the word. That's why people was mad at Tiny with King. Because she's the mother of that child. And she babies him. My kid's father used to be angry with me because he said our kids don't have manners because you're raising them so free spirit. You want to know how much our word is the word? Let me tell you some business. Judge me if you want to. We just now rectified our energies. Me and my Capricorn stuff, we go through it. And I felt he was favoring his father. So I'm gonna be real. I said that's why you up there favoring a dead crackhead who overdosed on crystal meth and fentanyl. That's a cold bitch right there. That's a cold bitch with a cold word. I said that to my son. It went to the left. It went to the right. He was angry. And I watched the anger. And I kept antagonizing the anger. Then he came back at me. He got me good. He said, that's why your mama a hoe. I know what y'all thinking. And I'm a Cancer, and I held him to it. I said, prove it. How's she a hoe? Because I'm like that. If you're going to say something, say some truth. Because I'm going to tell you the truth, right? He would never tell me, and I knew he had to get it from somewhere. But I was like, where did you get that from? Who told you that? I said, my mother is not a hoe. Never been. It came up again because I told him my disdain of what he said. And then finally we sat down, we had a conversation about what he said. And you know what I said to him? He said to me, how do you think I feel of those words you used about my father? And he said, and you're failing to admit that you're wrong for it. I said, I stand on it. Then I understood his point of view because that affected him. We have the word. Do you understand? His father really can say, you ain't shit. But what comes from the mother, it hits harder. I have my own anger. And I told him, I'm angry because your father died and he had an inheritance of $5 million. And he was out there on them drugs, did not take care of his business, and his sister ran off not only with your inheritance but with your college fund. And now we're in court trying to fight this shit and get this shit rectified, and the only thing is left is a house because that little bitch spent all that fucking money. There's my anger. Do you see how it's detrimental? And you guys, there's no bullshit, no lies. This is a true story. How things can be set. How you could be set. And he fucked that up. No matter what I can do. So I don't want to hear about you bitches. But what about you? Don't worry about what the fuck I'm doing. I'm talking about his father. Their father. Yeah, I got an attitude right now thinking about it. I have to work on me. And so it causes me to be impulsive and reactionary and say mean shit. But there is an apology. I have to correct that. And I had to correct it. So then he said to me, okay, Mom, this is what it is. I said, I said, I don't know. We're all by different fathers. Me and my two brothers. We're by different fathers. So my son asked me a question. He said, Mom, if it was the other way around, that wasn't your mom, how would you look at her having babies by 3 different men? He said, exactly. He said, but Uncle said she was. He said she got around. And I said, I don't know, because she married my father, so I don't know the experience that they have with my mother. So I cannot doubt what they feel or say is not what it is. But what I do understand, my mother played a strong energy in their lives and their opinions and their view on women. And if Uncle told you what, I said, what did Uncle tell you? He said she got around and that he didn't really know who his father is. Because remember, my mother told him to choose a father, my Aries brother. But do you understand how women, how we affect the world, especially as Black mothers, Black parents, what we say and how even our children react? And I asked him, I said, why? What is it about women? What do you see? He said, Mom, it's not the women in my family. It's the women I see in the world. They're hoes. And some of you'll be like, oh, he's misogynistic. He's this, he's that. But is he lying? He said their behavior. Is he lying? No. So Timothy 1, chapter 7, scripture 12 is mute. It's mute to us because it's created by man who have an issue with woman. And we have to go back to preaching the word because we teach man the word. Man don't teach man the Bible. It's woman. Because man need to understand the spirit. And men don't know spirit. Women know spirit. And teach men spirit. That's why you have a new society that's without spirit, because it's led by man. This is a masculine energy. A trans man don't know spirit. It is taught spirit, so it becomes a woman to be spirit. Ballroom. Homosexuality, that's a spirit of woman. That's why they create a culture. Because its femininity is spirit in it. I don't care if you don't believe. You better look at the facts. Other cultures want to be Black women. Because we have spirit. This is Weird Renegade Witches blog. Hit us up when you want some real motherfucking work done.